Hello everyone and welcome back. It's the final 9 holes of our 2025 Chainhawk Open 14 presented by Dynamic Disc. Denka along with Chandler Kramer both trying to carve their way through the fairways here at Northside. Jonathan Borzick now down by 2 after coming in with a 1-stroke lead. And rounding out our card, Braeden sides. Trying to just get it locked in. It's going to be a wet and wild one as we close this out. Big thanks to our friends at Heatland Disc Golf for the help on that intro as we head to hole number 10. No, the drone footage wasn't shot today, believe it or not. As we head to the shortest hole on the course, just 254 feet. A must-get birdie. If there's any hole at this tournament that you have to birdie, one, if not both rounds, it's this one. 74% of the field would pick up the birdies today here. And looks like Kramer's going to be one of those statistics. And we do better than birdie. I mean, what a pro move. I think that's Borzick getting out of the way. A, he knows it's a great shot, and B, thinking it might ring it up, and I want to make sure that I'm out of the way of the camera. That's a pro move all day. 10 out of 10 recommend for everyone else to follow that. And speaking of cameras, as we watch Braeden, believe our friends over at Disc Golf Van Life have the FPO action. A great battle taking place over there this weekend. So when their release schedule is all locked in, I'm sure you'll be seeing all the rounds. Michael and his wife out there. One of the deeper, richer fields that we've seen on the FPO side at the Cho in the last few years. So make sure you go over there and watch that coverage as we head to the 11th. 416 feet. Usually you don't see much of this stuff on the right come into play. It's just a matter of keeping it low underneath it, looking for a skip, one that skips forward. A skip flare off to the left won't do you a lot of good. You need something that's kind of driving forward to the pin. That's going to be a putt, but definitely still short. He needs to fight back and get edge, and it's not going to. Yeah, he needs that to ultimately start coming back, flexing back for him, and then maybe get 1 or 2 skips to get him to the pin. And this, too, just too flat. Needed a little bit more edge to it or angle on the release. That looked... Are you serious? That... Oh, it's just brutal. Rain absolutely a factor.
Nice putt, dude.
What a way to make up for it. Huge putt after the nasty roll away. He still walks away with birdie. Denka says, "Get out of my way." Braeden was barely out of the way and off frame. I turned And there's Denka already firing. We'll just cash those in from way downtown. Yeah, that's a 2. Denka 5 back of Kramer, our leader. Borzick not going to make up any ground on him. He's now 2 back. A little more than a third of the course left to go. At this PDGA A tier, as we head to the 12, 300 feet. I don't know what to say other than maybe nice low line drive with a forehand if you got it, a righty forehand. Something relatively neutral with just a little bit of finish to it if you're Denka and you're throwing the lefty backhand. I like the idea of coming in short, 30, 40 feet short, again, just kind of skipping to it. Yeah, okay, like that pretty much. Again, look at the ground player hitting something late and then getting away from him. How that split those trees, I'll never know. But it's still going to give him a look. Yeah, I mean, an effective forehand shot just makes this hole look so easy when you have an effective one. I'm enunciating there. And that was caught up by Borzick, so he's in threat of potentially losing another stroke. Well, he may leave it to just 1. Kramer's going to have to make the putt, though. Look at him all geared up. I can't imagine effectively throwing the hood up, the pulled tight to his face. It doesn't matter. Kramer does convert on the birdie. And we'll see what looks like pars by both sides and Borzick. That means Kramer's out to a 3-stroke lead. Meanwhile, keeping my eye on one Clay Edwards, who's also putting together a pretty solid round right now. A 13th is essentially a tunnel shot. This one not quite as forgiving as the previous hole. It is about 15 or 18 feet shorter, but not quite as big of a gap in terms of lacing it through here. Denka caught up. Kramer also caught up. Looks like he's going to be out of birdie range unless he can throw one in. Pretty smooth. And then it filters through. So, great looking shot for sides. Big opportunity for Borzick. He's let Kramer get out in front of him. That'll secure the par for Chandler. And again, a nice firm bid by Denka. Just barely holding on the last few chains. And he'll pull within 2. Sides a chance for birdie. Oh, and Denka is blessed today that he's got his significant other, Ella, as caddy. She played earlier in the day, where she experienced 0 raindrops. However, it doesn't look like she's getting away with staying out of the conditions for the entire day. Could you convince anyone? That's maybe the good question here. That's low. Could you convince anyone to come out on a day like today to caddy for you? Maybe, especially if they're not your significant other. That would be the real question, right? Got a couple of diehard disc golfers that are dating, but how about if you're not? Ooh. Speaking of dying.
Disc Golf Dyers Guild is your go-to resource for disc dying instruction, ideas, and information. A community that pulls its resources for the betterment of the group. Come check out our courses, dying supplies, online community contests, raffles, and the Dying to Listen podcast where you get to put a face or sound to your favorite dyers. So, if you always wanted to try disc dying, or even dying for a while, there's something for you.
You don't have to have a double-barreled stout when you do your first dye job, but let me tell you, it makes it that much more fun. And in all seriousness, make sure you reach out to the Dyers Guild. Use the code TheDiscGolfGuy10. Get 10% off your order. A link is in the description. Dave and the Dyers Guild are just an unbelievable resource in the disc golf community. And personally, to me, with many things, including social media, video editing, and other ideas and crazy things we're coming up with on the daily. Not enough turn on that. Either more turn, more angle, however he wants to achieve it, but left side, but it continues to get some ground play and filter. Denka's, this is what I call ready golf. Just steps up, barely even pauses on the tee for a moment, and then fires. He's been doing that with his putter recently, which is also, he's a relatively quick player to begin with, but helping out here even in the rain. Bang, bang. Immediately erasing the bogey from the previous hole. We call that a bounce back. Kramer gets the birdie. Gets to 32 under. I'm not going to lie. Holding onto an umbrella with one hand, the camera or monopod with the other, I was just ready to get out of there. Staying dry overall, but yeah, makes things all that much more treacherous, even to make sure you're holding steady longer. Big thanks to Tyler over at Soar Disc Golf as we head to the 15th. Basically a dog leg to the right. You have to go up this area, and then you're going to make this right turn, Clyde, if you're old enough to get that reference. Carries to the pin, back toward the pavilion or the open air shelter where we have Tournament Central. Yes, please. You're happy with that shot any day, but especially in these conditions, I think you're ecstatic. You don't want to be going left. Catch an edge. Okay, okay. Four pretty good shots. Chandler's going to be the farthest from the pin, but he's got some workable lines over here. Yeah, makes it look pretty easy. Jonathan was ready to go. I was trying to find the line. And another really firm bid. Yeah, I mean, who cares how far you go past when you make the comeback putt? Again, the amount of approaches that go just past the basket then into circle two is incredible. And more often than not, he makes the comeback putt. As we see Borzick makes the putt for birdie. This did play as one of the easiest holes on the course. Some would call it a somewhat softer par 4. Second easiest hole, only to hole number 10. Averaged .66 under par. You definitely got to go out and get it. Almost in there, well, definitely in that must-get birdie distinction or category. As we head to the 16th, where we see things usually make or break this hole. Feels like it can do it to you mentally. So demanding to find some inbounds territory and get it to stick. A relatively small green. If you get over to this deep side of the green and you go out of bounds, you get to take it from there with penalty. You really just can't come up short. I feel like that's the major mistake. Then you're going to be left with at least a 40-ish footer. And sides is inbounds. If you didn't see it, it's because I didn't see it. Genka just stepping right up. I love it. I love it for him and being comfortable with it, and I love it for the pace of play to get us out of there. Jonathan gonna give it plenty of juice. It hits. On the extra roll is gonna take it out of bounds. Denka not able to capitalize after going deep. And this, well, this was dry this morning. All right. John's able to save the par after just barely going out of bounds. Braeden fully committed. Gets the payoff. He's just giving up at that point, understandably. Kramer gets the birdie and now has 4 strokes with just 2 holes left to play. A huge birdie on the 16th. That's going to give him a little bit more breathing room. 17,344 feet. OB that they're flying over here. Then you have a little inbounds territory. Then we have some more out of bounds. And then eventually we'll get back inbounds. And then OB off to the right-hand side as well, all along that right side. Difficult birdie to get. Or maybe on the flip side of that, I should say, easy to find out of bounds. Just like that's done. Needs to nestle. And a couple of big skips. Carries it out of bounds as well. Still some hope after the OBT shot. And that's going to stay inbounds on the short side. Oh, he likes it.
That's a great shot.
I like it too.
Thank you.
Skip it in. Kramer, after going out of bounds, out near 12 meters. Oh, and then gets it to drop. Light left side chain, a huge putt. Meaning at worst, he'll only lose one to Borzick if Jonathan converts. Sides, also with a chance to save par. He's just a step or two inside of the circle, and he doesn't convert. Players can see that Clay Edwards has just gotten into the clubhouse. He's at 30 under after having a very solid 11 under day. And Borzick to 31. That gives Kramer still a 3-shot lead heading into the final hole. What a putt by Kramer to keep the 3-stroke lead going. Only giving up the 1. All right, final hole in regulation. Hole 18, 613 feet. Trying to just drive it straight out and then pick your lane. The drone's going off to this right side and then dragging it in. A lot of shots actually go off to the left, and then there's some lanes from over there. Just get a big pull out there and hopefully get within 200 of the pin. That'll work. You start thinking big picture, call it desperation mode or otherwise. Borzick potentially needing to throw in for eagle, and he would need Kramer at that point to bogey, and that would just be to force the tie. Big shot. It's inside, but doesn't find the water, so it's going to be safe. And now Kramer should just be thinking about pitching his way up to the pin as he's in position. Victory formation, I think they could call it. I don't know who they is. Seriously, like, share, subscribe, do all those YouTube things as Denka gets a roll away toward the water's edge, but it stays safe. Shout out to everyone that's in the transition screens. You've supported me in one way or another, my channel members, anyone that has been a part of this. I greatly appreciate it. Again, Chris and the crew, our title sponsors, Dynamic Disc. Despite this pouring rain, it's been a lot of fun this weekend, and I just thank all of you subscribers or non-subscribers for watching and taking it all in.
That is good enough as I can do.
Chandler will then get last putt, as he should. Denka, oh, just short of the birdie. That would give him a tie for 4th. As Braden's in for birdie, so Braeden and Denka will tie ultimately for 6th. Thank you to Team Sweden and the Heatland crew. Great to see you guys as always. Borzick not going to be able to finish it off here for himself today, but his teammate. And now your 2025 Chainhawk Open 14 champion, none other than Chandler Kramer. Congratulations, Chandler.
Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank you, Terry. Thank y'all. Oh man, thank you so much.
Before we look at scores, I catch up with Chandler.
I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and that was my video blog. Just wrapped up, and Chandler Kramer, your champion. Chandler, 2nd ever A-tier win.
Yep.
First time on my channel. You're 1 for 1 here. I mean, those are some pretty good numbers. How does it feel?
What's the saying? It's all downhill from here now.
Okay, twice for its luck, maybe.
Amazingly, the only other A-tier one I had was actually in Florida, and it's the South Florida Open next weekend. So if I could go 2 for 2 at that one, that would be really cool. But I was really happy not to just mess up on your channel since it was the first time on. Really stoked about that, actually. But huge thank you to you for coming out. This is, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up. It is absolutely downpouring, and it started, I think, about hole 10 today. So it wasn't easy for us, and it dang sure wasn't easy for Terry. So thank you so much for being here.
Well, glad to be out here. You're wrapping up 2025. Look ahead into 2026, just for a second.
Yeah.
Give us a preview.
Well, I've been playing really well, especially towards the end of the season, and I think this play this weekend shows I'm continuing it, even though I haven't played for about a month and a half. I really only started throwing about a week before this event, so that's a good sign. It's also the only first off season I haven't been injured, so I'm actually healthy for the first time. But looking into 2026, I'm looking to stay with Gateway and maybe play a little bit better on the tour this year.
All right, well, he's closing out 2025 with a win. He's got more golf to play. It's been awesome. Thank you to the Chainhawks, Chris, and the entire crew and club and everyone to make this coverage and this event possible. That's it from Florida. We'll see you at the next one.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Gary.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm a little wet.
You're good. You're good. Thank you so much.